Hey team, Coach Jess here. So today we're doing a little bit of a high intensity strength workout. It's kind of a hybrid. So you're gonna need some dumbbells. You're probably gonna wanna go a little bit heavier with that or just use what you can, right? Because I know not all of us have a home gym. Totally cool. I want you to use what we have. I can also just, if you don't have weights, you're just gonna kind of go through those movements. So let's get started. Dun, da, da, da. So let's warm you up. First things first, you're just gonna roll out those ankles. We kind of forget about our ankles a lot. Don't forget about them, they're so cute. We need to keep them going. So over to that other side. Rolling inwards, that's my snap, crackle, and pop ankle. Pretty fun there. Arms come straight up overhead. You're gonna bend those elbows and then right back up again. So today's workout, super short, 16 minutes total. You're gonna get in, you're gonna get out, it's gonna be done, it's gonna be wonderful, I promise. Next thing, you're gonna go a little bit wider than hip distance apart, just sitting back in those hips. So just moving side to side, moving, getting your body, your whole body warmed up here, side to side. So side view, you're sending those hips back, okay? So today I'm just gonna kind of cue you as we're going through this. Big circle with those arms, you're gonna come down to the floor, then up. So just as we move through this, I'll tell you what we're doing next. You'll do it, then we'll be done. It'll be awesome. One more down here, and up, reaching so high, coming down into a squat, all the way up, down to a squat, and all the way up. Okay, so our first exercise is a bear plank. So a couple options for you here. You have a bear plank, so you're gonna be here, hips are over those knees, shoulders are over those wrists. You're gonna pull in right through here. If that's too much, just a normal plank totally works. We're going in 1 second. Here you are, into that 30-second plank. So plank here or in that bear plank, rolling through, pulling in through the top of that core. Every time you breathe out, you're breathing in. So pulling in, pulling in. Again, if you want to, you can come into that normal plank position. You have 10 more seconds, feeling everything engage. Whew. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, good. Your next exercise is a row. So you're gonna grab those dumbbells. You're going to hinge at the hip here, okay? So we're gonna do a little alternating movement. So you're gonna pull one up as the other one comes down. So just a little side to side. If that feels weird, you can get both to fire at the same time. So sitting in those glutes, here we go. One, and then the other. One and then the other. So checking in, making sure that you're gripping the ground with those feet. You're feeling that nice sense of stability. Pulling those shoulders back. Breathing through this. I have the heat on right now. Not really necessary, but it's okay. We'll make it through. 8 more seconds here. Pulling back, pulling back. So if you don't have weights, just do this movement without the weight. Totally fine. You are done with that one. Our next exercise is a lunge and reach. You're gonna lunge with your left foot. So lunging, stepping down, touching that toe. We're going in 7 seconds. Here you go. In 3, in 2, and 1. Stepping forward and coming back. Stepping forward and coming back. Just finding whatever feels natural. If you wanted to add weights to this, you totally could. You can hold it contralaterally. You can also hold it in the same hand. Totally up to you. Just make sure that you're moving in the way that feels good, okay? Stepping out, finding that balance, and stepping back. You're done with that one, okay? Onto the other side. So onto the right side, stepping forward and breathing, taking a nice little pause here. You have 8 seconds. Get your head in the game. Here we go. In 3, in 2, and 1. Stepping with that right foot. Finding that balance every time you step forward. Breathing here. Again, adding weight if that feels good. Finding that deceleration If at any point the forward lunges are too much acceleration, you can always step it back. The backwards movement decelerates the movement, so it's less intense if you have tired knees or mom knees. You're done with that. Our next exercise is a push-up. I know. So feel free to drop down to your knees for this one. I want your arms to go back in an arrow position, okay? So not out here. You can do a yoga push-up if you want to. Up to you. You are working though, okay? So finding that plank, into the push-up, right back up again. Into the push-up, right back up again, down and up. If you need to drop down to your knees, I don't want this one, okay? I want one where your hips are low, your knees are bent, and you're pushing through. So still maintaining that plank position for 3, for 2, for 1. And done. Your next exercise, we're gonna do kind of a weird one. So, if you have your dumbbells, this is a deadlift. We're gonna hinge forward. When you come up, you're gonna stretch overhead. If you don't have dumbbells, you're gonna do this without. So, rolling forward into that hinge, coming up and pressing overhead. So, down and up, down and up. So hinging at the hips, here, down and up, down. Right up with those dumbbells or without those dumbbells. This kind of becomes a nice little stretching movement. For 3, for 2, for 1, 2, and we're gonna repeat this, but if at any point you just wanna do the hinge, totally cool with me. You can also just do the stretch. Totally cool. Our next exercise, we're gonna do some squats. So just sitting down in that squat. 5 seconds, deep breath in. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Sitting into that squat and up. So I always instruct my clients to push through the pelvis at the top. That way you get that full extension through the hips. A lot of times we think, oh, we have to squeeze. It's not really a squeeze, it's more of a movement, okay? So you're engaging as you come up, as you push down through those heels. For 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Our next exercise, we're just gonna do some air jumping. Okay, so imagine that you're super awesome. You've got your fancy air, your jump rope. Try to be really fancy with this because it's just an air jump rope. Right? Because if there's no actual jump rope, we gotta get fancy. So here we go, in 3, in 2, and 1, air jump rope. So I just pretend that I'm cooler than I am. I'm like, ooh, okay, maybe I'll jump on one leg. Maybe I'll jump on the other. Maybe I'll do a double under, woo, okay? So taking this to your level, maybe kicking at your heels. We have 14 more seconds. Maybe just a standard jump rope. You can try it in a circle. Turn around in the circle. Almost done. Here we go. In 3, in 2, and 1. We're going back to the beginning again, where it all began, okay? So into that bear plank or that standard plank, whatever you choose, just choose something, okay? Deep breath in. I'm gonna catch my breath. Here we go. In 5 seconds. Now in 3 seconds. In 2, and 1. Into that bear plank, pulling through. So really pulling through, arching, kind of rounding through the back like we do in cat-cow in yoga. 20 more seconds, breathing. So every time I breathe out, I'm actually pulling in. 10 more seconds here. Again, you can always come out to that plank position. You have 5 more seconds, just keep breathing. 3, 2, done. Beautiful. Grabbing your dumbbells for your row. Good. We're almost done, right? 16 minutes and it's over. It's the best thing ever. Here we go. In 8 seconds, you're gonna hinge at that hip. Either doing one and the other or doing both, whatever feels good. Here you go in 3, 2, 1. There's 1. Good. So really landing through those feet, making sure that you have your stability here. As you can see, I'm really hinged over here to protect my lower back, core is engaged. And really kind of rowing however I want to be honest. Maybe one, then the other, then together, maybe both together. Just keep moving through that movement. Pulling those shoulders back, and you're done with that one. Oh, into our lunging. I'm gonna step forward with my left. You can step forward with your right. Either way, stay on one leg because you're gonna get another 30 seconds for the other leg. In 3, 2, and 1. Stepping forward. Again, adding weight if you want to. You might just want to move through this movement. Again, if the forward is too much, you can always do a reverse lunge. That takes all of the momentum out of that forward motion, okay? 8 more seconds here. Pushing through that front heel to bring me back to standing. And 2, last one. Beautiful. That's a little bit ugly. It's okay. We'll let it go, okay? Over to that other side. Again, you're either going forward or going backwards. You could do one of each. It's real fancy. Here we go. In 5 seconds. Deep breath in. Here we go. That's a forward. That's a reverse. You could even go through forward and reverse, forward, stepping and reverse. Whatever feels good here. Pushing through that front heel though to bring you up to standing. Oh my goodness, she's off the rails. She's all over the place. Just be lunging. Be happy you're lunging. You have 3 more seconds. Finding that balance. 2. Gonna sneak one more in there. Oh my goodness, she did. Okay, into that push-up. Oh, like I said, why do I have the heater on? Makes no sense. I've got 10 seconds though to get into my perfect push-up position. Setting up my plank in 3, 2, 1. Here's 1, 2. Finding that breath, finding that push, letting energy or gravity pull me down, pushing right back up. Again, you can always drop down to your knees. Make sure you're in that plank position though, so hips are low. In that push-up. We'll build it from here. You have 5 more seconds. That means you can get like 3 more in. 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe you snuck the 3rd one in. Our next thing is that deadlift. So, again, if you want to just do the deadlift, you're gonna hinge, come up to standing. So think of sending those hips back as far as you can. Here we go, hips back, up to standing. Hips back, up to standing. So the further back you send your hips, the further forward your chest has to come, okay? And that's gonna require your glutes to work a little bit harder. If you wanna add the overhead press, coming down, overhead press. This is gonna be completely dependent on how heavy your weights are. Maybe they're a little bit heavier. We're done with that. Our next exercise, those squats. So feel free to add weight to that. I have 8 seconds, sitting here. I'm gonna do a couple with weights, a couple without. In 3, 2, 1, sitting into that squat. So I'm letting my body and gravity take me down, okay? The weights are gonna take me down a little bit too, because that's just more gravity. So I'm sitting back into those heels, feeling everything engage. 10 more seconds, dropping the weight, just cause I need to breathe a little bit. Here we go, 3, 2, last one, good. We're moving into our final jump rope. Take a deep breath in. So pretty basic stuff. This is all stuff that you can do at home, feel confident about. You don't need a lot of equipment, just some dumbbells. Hopefully you feel good, or you will when it's over. Here we go. Last 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Our little air jump rope. So again, feel free to get fancy. So today's a little bit strength, a little bit endurance, a lot of it quick. Because I know if you're a mom, right, you're like, I got 16 minutes to get my groove on, right? Only 10 more seconds left. We're gonna do a quick stretch. Please stretch. Seriously, guys, let's stretch, okay? In 3, in 2, and done. Woo! Beautiful work. Let's cool it down, cool it down. This will be so quick. I know you don't have time. Deep breath in and out, and in, and out, and in. You're gonna hinge forward. You're almost done. So hinging forward, let your head fall. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Walk your hands over that right side. Walk your hands over to that left side. Back to the center. You're gonna roll on up. Deep breath in and out and in and out and in. Hands come down to a heart position. Why do you work out? Because you love it. Oh my goodness. Beautiful work today. My name's Coach Jess. You can find me at www.coachjessrose.com. You can find me on my YouTube page, which is how you found this. You can find me on Instagram. I'm all over the place. So let me know if you need anything, and I'll see you next time. Bye.